And now, here's Lou House.
During the civil rights days, the black church provided much of the base around which groups like CORE and SNCC organized their programs. Even before that, the church played many roles, ranging from aiding slavery resistance to providing both material and spiritual service to its members. But now activists are putting down the ministers, saying that not only are they not helping the liberation movement, they're slowing it up. The criticism has caused some black churches and churchmen to take a look at themselves, but has caused others to merely update their vocabulary with black power phrases. Earlier this month, over 700 churchmen from all denominations gathered in St. Louis, Missouri, at the Gateway Hotel to discuss the question of the church's part in the black liberation movement. Keynote speaker Vincent Harding of Spelman College summed it up this way.
Time when we cannot afford the luxury of jibing each other. I wonder if we know and if we're ready to deal with and face the fact that there are a lot of black folks who can't believe that there is a Lord, and certainly not a precious one. Because they say, if he is, then why are our hands so tired and empty and bloody and cold? What kind of precious Lord is this? There is a significant stream of thought in the black community which suggests that it is totally anachronistic, totally contradictory to have black churchmen. That there are lots of people in the black community who just can't believe that the two go together, that you can be black and have anything to do with church. That is not Negro or colored, you see, but black, ideologically speaking.
The ministers were briefed by economic experts on ways in which the church could catch up with the black revolution.
We in America are like black people in a capitalistic nation without any capital. We've got to get this capital if we're going to own the institutions to run our own nation. And the church can play a critical role here. Another place the church can play a critical role, there are lots of people in our community who will go outside and buy elsewhere, leaking off purchasing power. We have to use our pulpits as a fulcrum for educating people about the services that brothers can perform. And we ought to realize that some of our businessmen, by operating in our own communities, pay a racial tax, by being black, right. So that we ought not to feel offended if we have to pay just a little bit more, because if we patronize our own institutions, they'll grow larger and they'll develop the same economies of scale as some of the larger white business establishments.
Let me add that there's a lot of basic humanity involved in ownership and management of fairly large-scale business operations. What's being built is confidence and know-how, and these are essential qualities to an individual's personal strength.
I'd like to just make one comment on that. I think we ought to realize this, that when we talk about human values, I think we're going to have to specify it more. One, we are powerless people. And the economic development program that we're involved on is centered toward getting us some power. Now, the common denominator for that is control of wealth.